going on, my fellow heroes and villains? My Hero Academia, I think it's pronounced Academia. I've also heard it pronounced Academia, but Academia makes more sense to me because they're in like a hero academy. So it just sounds right. But anyway, so many people have tried to get me into this series to the point where I was like, okay guys, hold the fuck up, calm down, you win. And I was just about to read the first chapter like some months ago until I found out that this is going to get an anime. So I decided to go into this like blind. So I've not read a single chapter. The only thing I know about this series is what I just watched in the first episode, and a lot of people are talking about it's the next Naruto and it's going to be this big thing, and I can see why you guys said that, but it kind of disappoints me that it's only going to have 12 or 13 episodes. I think 12. You know, seeing all the hype that it got a few months back, I expected it to have 24 episodes, maybe even long running, but from my understanding, there aren't that many chapters, maybe like 100 or so chapters. I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't know much about this besides what I just watched, but I will say I understand the hype from the very first episode. There's so many questions I want answered. Izuku, I think his name is. He's like the underdog, and I can understand the comparison between he and Naruto because he's starting off, you know, basically powerless, you know, like Naruto's village was shunning him. His classmates are like, you'll never be anything. You'll never be a hero. You don't have a quirk or whatever. And I enjoy seeing underdogs like that rise up. And based on the opening, he's going to get badass because that punch that he did, and it was kind of flashing back and forth from his fist to All Might's, was epic. And speaking of All Might, I love his design. I love how even in the bright ass sunlight, he's still covered in shadow somehow. That's how you know a mofo is badass. And the end where Izuku asks All Might, do you have to have a quirk to be a hero? Can someone without a quirk be like you? And that smile All Might gave. I really believe, and I kind of hope that this is kind of a Saitama thing. Like, I hope that All Might is just a badass. Like, he trained his ass off. He believed he can do it. Like a willpower kind of thing. And he doesn't even have a quirk either. And that may be why he stopped and looked back at Izuku like that when he said that, because I really believe that he's pushing his body to the limits and doing what he can because he loves to help people. That's what I really want All Might to be. I'm pretty sure that's already been answered in the manga, and almost everyone has read the manga. I feel so left behind, but I guess I may find out by the end of the season. I don't know how far it's going to go down, you know, the manga or whatever, but I will pick up the manga afterwards. But I really hope that All Might is quirkless, just like Izuku, and is like one of those anime that it's inspirational, saying, you know, you can do this and that, you can be whatever you want to be. And that may be why when he was in the air, when he did that humongous ass Hulk jump, when Izuku latched onto his leg, he started bleeding from the mouth. Maybe it's from him pushing his human body too far since he doesn't have a quirk. I don't know what's going on with that, but I will say that I love All Might already. I love Izuku. This anime is so fucking funny. It has so much potential. It has so much promise. And I wonder why. Even if there are only 100 episodes, they could have made this anime at 24 episodes, because this is going to be one of the ones I'm going to be sad to see go. I can already tell from the very first episode. And that doesn't happen too often. I mean, there have been plenty of first episodes that have impressed me, but this one just, oh man. And I see All Might fighting a lot in the opening. And then there's a scene in the opening where I think All Might and Izuku are side by side. So I don't know if Izuku's going to like develop a quirk, or if, you know, he's going to be like All Might. You know, if that is how All Might is, you know, quirkless but still badass. If he's going to come up that way. I don't know what direction this anime is going to go, but I am so hyped for this shit. It's hilarious. And I'm guessing the guy who can, I think his name is I forgot his name. The asshole guy with like the tan hair who has like fire powers, I guess. There's a lot of smoke coming from his hands. When he messed up Izuku's book, I was like, man, Izuku, man, you got to come back, man. You can't let this guy treat you like a bitch. I really hope they fight later on and he owns this asshole. I don't know what his beef is. It's obvious that he's had beef with him for some reason ever since he was a little kid. I mean, if he doesn't think he's going to be able to be a hero, I mean, why rub it in his face, man? Just be like, okay, this guy, he's not going to be anything, so I shouldn't even bother with him. But he has to down him and act like an asshole towards him, and it just really sucked to see, you know, Izuku. I'm hoping I'm saying his name right. I'm hoping that is his name. But anyway, Izuku, just seeing him so sad this entire episode up until meeting All Might. Like, when he was watching that old video of him and his mom coming to hug him, I was like, man, it's so, I mean, his face looked fucking hilarious. Like, he makes the funniest faces ever. But that scene, and I guess the voice acting, I don't know what it was, it really made me sad. It hurt my heart. Like, he really wants to help people. He really wants to be a hero. And, you know, him being quirkless, I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know if he's going to develop one or if he's just going to become a badass on his own power. And that's what I really hope happens, but I'm not going to lie. It will be awesome to see him develop a quirk. Maybe the opposite of the guy with the fire hands, like Ice, maybe like a Gray and Natsu kind of thing. That would be pretty cool. But I really want him to develop his, you know, his own strength, if that makes any sense. But this is a very promising anime. In this world of heroes, I think at the beginning it said 80% of the population has quirks or powers now. So you're pretty much an outcast if you don't have it. Like, the beginning, there were some interesting heroes, like the guy with the tree arm, the big lady, the shark-faced guy with the dreads, and the fire hydrant-looking guy. I mean, there's so many interesting powers out there. And even in the classroom, there was one that could make his neck stretch, his eyeball stretch. So I'm guessing there's like badass, like helpful quirks, and then there's some that's just next to useless, because I can't think of any, you know, scenario why stretching your eyeballs out of your head would be able to help. I mean, unless you can, like, you know, make them, like, control them and make them go around the corner or something. I don't know. But it just seems like there's a lot of useless ones and then a lot of really cool ones. But seeing as All Might did a punch, like everything we've seen him do so far, granted this is just the first episode, it was a punch with a huge ass wind pressure aspect behind it and a high ass jump. He wasn't really flying, like he jumped. It's more physical things. Like, he's not manifesting any fire or anything crazy like that. It's just like what humans can already do, but amplified times 1,000. I think he's on some Saitama shit. So I don't know if he has a quirk or not, but tell me what you guys think about that. And it's just awesome to see in this world full of people with quirks, if this is the case, All Might rose to the top. Like, he's the most badass hero, and he doesn't even have a quirk. I think that in itself speaks volumes, and there's a very deep message to be learned there. And I'm looking forward to this anime, man. It looks awesome. But anyway, tell me what you guys thought about this anime down below. This has been jbDAuchiha. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.